Hello, we're Highboy.
My name is Katie.
And I'm Cody.
And this is Zola. She's our assistant. She doesn't get anything done.
Welcome to our channel. So we started in September of 2018. That's kind of just when we put a name to it.
We were all in our mid-20s, like on a budget, didn't want to settle for a crappy apartment vibe. And we always kind of found ways to make our apartment look really, really good for pretty much no money. It started off collecting furniture from Craigslist Free, Craigslist in general, thrifting, OfferUp, all those resale sites, and actually doing some resale shopping.
Yeah, we had a hardcore mentality to not pay for anything.
Yeah.
It was like an addiction. Like we'd be on Craigslist free section all day, every day. And in doing this, we found out that it's super competitive, and stuff that was posted in a matter of minutes would be gone before we even got to the location. We knew that we weren't the only people doing this at that point, and that kind of presented like a fun little challenge. Like, it's there, it's free, go get your keys.
It's like a game.
Now, leave. Like, how fast can you leave the house?
And when our friends would come over, and we'd be so excited to show them the new things we picked up, so we would kind of walk them, give them a little tour through the house, even though they knew what the house looked like, the apartment. And we'd be like, this was free, this was free, this was free. And it was truly like 95% of all of our furniture was free, and not just thrifted, but free.
Yeah.
And we maybe put some money into it to restore it a little bit, but that is kind of the origin of Highboy, and it's evolved over the years, and we're very proud of all the things we've accumulated and then sold.
So the name Highboy kind of stems from a couple of different things, mainly two things. One of them being me, and the other thing being
a Highboy.
A Highboy piece of furniture. We live in Southern California where weed is legal, and I love to dabble, CBD, THC ratios, percentages, indicas, sativas, all of this stuff. It's all been a hobby, let's call it. And then Katie was just looking at furniture related names and came across the name Highboy.
I think I was just Googling pieces of furniture just to read them all and see them all in one place, and then I saw the word Highboy and I was like, oh my gosh, that's literally perfect. And also at that time we were looking for a Highboy dresser for our bedroom, and we got one for free. That became our namesake. But another cool thing with the origin of Highboy, we kind of started, when we started selling stuff, one of the first places we sold at, we were thinking about selling furniture and then also propagated plants out of recycled weed jars.
Yeah. So
it kind of came full circle. We don't do that anymore, but
if we get to the point where we start going to local markets and vintage sales and flea markets and stuff like that, an easy thing for us to do to still promote being eco-friendly, being environmentally friendly, being recyclable. So let's take these little glass jars and turn them into little propagation stations. And I think we sold them for $5 or $10 a piece based on the size.
Yeah, so I think wrapping up our origin story, definitely furniture and plants of equal value. And if you see pictures of our apartment, I think you would see that we value both of those equally. Good furniture design, or mid-century design and plants.
How I would define our interior design style is by calling it mid-century, environmentally eclectic, mid-century inspired.
Upcycled modern eclectic, or plant-based modern eclectic.
Yeah.
Plant-based diet and plant-based home.
It's all earthy. It's just earthy AF.
But not boho.
Not boho.
We have a boho rug. But that's where the eclectic comes in. So eclectic meaning we borrow from different styles, but ultimately we keep it modern. The eclectic also comes from our artwork. We try not to be too matchy-matchy with any of our artwork, and just put like things that represent us on our wall. Music stuff from our home in Chicago, from travel. I mean, Cody works in music, so it's a lot of music.
Mid-century's always been appealing to me because it presents itself in the way that it presents clean lines and nothing is without a purpose. Essentially, yeah, like everything is functional and clean. I feel like that's how I try
how
to
your brain works.
perceive, the world, and it's how my brain puts things together. So it's very aesthetically pleasing and very calming for me to look at and surround myself with.
I never thought about it in that way, that it's calming. It is.
We're still learning a lot too. It's not like we're know-it-alls. It's not like we're design majors. It's not like we're architectural majors at all. What you need in order to do what we're doing, it's nothing, you know? It's just like a little bit of like care.
Touching on our respective backgrounds, yours being music and mine being dance. Obviously both of those are artistic fields. For me at least, as a dancer, like we have a certain level of like spatial awareness that we're always thinking about. I can figure out balance in a space easily. Just kind of like the balance of negative space and furniture, or plants and no plants. Figuring out the balance so that it just feels right. And I feel like with music, you play bass, you know, your whole life pretty much. You have like, your hands want to be doing things, right?
Yeah, my hands want to be busy. And more importantly, part of the backstory that I guess I don't ever talk about is, for me when I was growing up, I was always outside in the garage helping my grandpa, who was like an extraordinary like woodworker and carpenter. I learned so much from just like getting yelled at in the garage and like trying to help but actually hurting and like just observing and stuff like that. And those are all skill sets that like I had learned at a very young age and just never touched again until, you know, we were here in our 20s trying to fix stuff up for ourselves. It's totally off base from where I started, but...
No, we're on the subject of like what got us into this. And so both of us having artistic backgrounds and then your upbringing, learning about woodworking and workshop stuff. And I'm very lucky because I don't know how to do any of this. But I'm here to push him to share it more with social media.
Yeah, a lot of people have reached out and asked us, like, why don't you guys start capturing this stuff? Why don't you guys start explaining this stuff? Why don't you start documenting it? Because there's a real need for it, and there's a big world out there that, like, wants to learn this stuff. Part of our, you know, goal, especially through this pandemic and quarantine and everything like that, has been how do we properly do that? How do we document it? How do we share it? So, you know, I'm lucky in the way that Katie has edited a billion things and shot and edited and finalized and rendered a whole bunch of projects throughout her life, and she can just be that producer and I can be that worker, and it's a real balance and struggle sometimes.
Team. Besides the fact that we just love design and we think it's a game to like find and collect all these different things and put our spin on it, Cody refurbishes them. Greatest thing about all of this is that it's helping the environment by not buying new. We use the word upcycle. Our main goal with all of this is to inspire everyone to upcycle more in their life, whether that's clothes. We both love thrifting. Cody is like a crazy t-shirt collector. But with furniture especially, like there's really no excuse. You guys can fill your homes with beautiful upcycled furniture for little to zero money, and you're not putting a negative impact on the environment at all.
Yeah, and we're honestly getting to the point now where you go in the stores and you go into, you know, West Elm nails a lot of stuff, and like so does Crate and Barrel, and like all of these stores that you go buy something new that's very expensive usually.
It looks vintage.
Yeah,
but it's new.
They're producing these products to look old and to look vintage, and they're generally not using recycled materials to do so. that just really irks me, because it's like you can go find these things. It just takes a little bit more effort. It's a little bit more work, but in the long run, like, it's 2020. We need to be more environmentally conscious and more environmentally aware. And the emissions from all of these products that are being made brand new, while you have landfills full of the old ones and stuff
then
like that,
shipped on trucks all around the country.
the shipping and all that. And we're trying to decrease our footprint over time. The bulk of our work is with wood. It's with these products that are harvested from the earth. And if we can take wood that was already harvested in the 40s, 50s, and 60s and bring that into 2020 and make it look brand new, and you're just
let it
using
and give it longevity for another 50 years.
It takes a little bit of work and it takes a little bit of know-how and stuff, but our goal is to get these older things out there and get them into newer spaces, and not only create balance within the home, but create an environmentally friendly process
that everyone
throughout.
could do.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah. We're gonna wrap it up here. We just wanted to give you some backstory into what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we started doing it. And this is a new thing, this YouTube situation, and we're doing our best, but also trying to just stay true to ourselves and just show the process, how we do it, which is no frills, but I think we have good results and we make it work.
I mean, the whole point is that you guys can take away something and make it your own. It's not like we're trying to build an empire here. We're just like trying to reduce our footprint, and like you could do this.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Oh, and follow us on Instagram at HighboyLA if you're not already. And we'll see you later. Bye.